Are retro video game prices finally going to decline? No. But I've been keeping an eye on games and consoles since the spike in prices in recent years, and I think eventually we'll see a drop in prices, but it'll be more of a balancing out, rather than a decrease in the overall market. First of all, there are games that have always been expensive, the most popular ones being anything Pokemon. Pokemon games have always been expensive relative to other games, and I think that has to do with, if you're into Pokemon, you're not going to go sell your games on the market. So the games available on the market are low, which is ironic because every Pokemon entry sold ludicrous numbers, and there are countless postings all over the internet, and I always see copies at video game stores. Some games are keeping steady, other really niche games are continuing to increase, such as the Mario & Luigi series, Metal Gear Solid games that aren't on PlayStation systems, any GameCube game, but the one thing I see that shows no sign of slowing down are the consoles themselves, and the accessories and peripherals for them as well. Oh, you want a new 3DS? Forget about it. The original models, including the XL, are fairly priced, but any of the new variation of the 3DSs, well, they're going to be about $200 plus on average, give or take. Even the Japanese 3DSs are starting to go up, and I suspect it's because people are buying worldwide and hacking them to be region-free, because they're half the price. At least that's the case here in North America. The PSP, the Vita, the PS3, even the Micro is getting more expensive, and as I mentioned before, the peripherals. The Game Boy camera, I saw prices around the beginning of the year, around 15 to 20 bucks. Now I see them at least 25 and up, and the printer for that as well. The CirclePad Pro I made a video on also increased on prices. And don't even look at the Game Sharks for the Game Boy. Those Pokewalkers that came with Heart Gold and Soul Silver have also gone up in price. Now this being a Game Boy channel, the Game Boy Advance, the original color, have all stayed around the same price. And the Micros have gone up, like I said. I see them closer between 150 to 200, but you can still find one closer to maybe 120. But in terms of the actual video games, like I said, I don't see them going down anytime soon, maybe within a year or two, but the markets usually fluctuate with whatever generation grew up with that system and has an income now that they can use to buy games that they grew up with. We saw this with Super Nintendo 64, and now I guess everyone who grew up with the Game Boy and GameCube now have a disposable income. But in recent years, it's been spiking even more. Now, the dilemma is, when is the right time to buy what you want? Well, the quick answer is now, because if you want something, then you'll find value for it. But if you're not rich like me, then the call can be hard to make. One example I have is, I had been wanting to buy the Mario & Luigi Partners in Time for the DS for a while, and I kept an eye on it, but it became more and more expensive, and I eventually bought it because I think it'll just keep increasing. I've seen it happen time and time again. But the reason this one isn't going to decrease is, one, it's not a very popular game. They remade some of the Mario & Luigi games on the 3DS, but they skipped this one, which was the second one in the series. So they remade the original and the third one, and the company who made these games is no longer around. So in this case, I think it was wise to buy it now, and I already saw it increase in value. I'm sure there's more examples like these, but if you think it's a fair price, then go for it, because the important thing is that you can play the games that you want. Now, this being a Game Boy channel, let's take a look at some of the Game Boy Advance prices. Some games that I've noticed that have skyrocketed include the Mega Man Battle Network series. I've been keeping an eye on Doom under the GBA, and the price has also increased. Any of the F-Zero games have also increased, but I know these aren't the biggest franchises on the GBA, but it gives you an idea of what price you can expect for something that's more sort of a niche game instead of a popular one. Now let's take a look at games underneath $30. So right here, Fire Red version, yeah, if it's under if it's $23, just assume it's fake. Don't even. A Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past 4 Swords. I mean, that's not the worst value ever. We have Super Sonic Warriors, the first one. That one's been slowly going up. Super Mario Bros., that one's probably not worth 23, but honestly, it's going to probably keep on going up and up because it is a Mario Bros. Cartridge. Mario Party Advance for 23, that just doesn't make any sense. But I just realized all these prices are 23. Not this again. Not the... I just saw the movie. Why do I keep seeing this number? Why does this keep happening? Oh my god, what's wrong with my arm? What's happening? I watched the movie once and now I'm cursed. What do? I need to find a solution so I stop seeing this number. I need some sort of distraction from the number 20. Hey, new game! What was I talking about?